All right. Today I'll do my best not to poke those apes. They weren't too happy about that reaction video, but today we did get another bull day on SPY, going up 0.31%, breaking back above 534, and still closing above this daily 5 EMA, so we still do have a bull trend. Now, while we have this bull trend, there is no reason you need to be panicking or exiting your longs, and that is going to be the case as long as we continue to close above this bull breakout at 531, which means even if we do come all the way back to retest that breakout, which we have not fully done because we're still closing above the 5 EMA, it will be possible that buyers continue to show up and we continue to go higher. And those higher price targets will be 537, which we practically hit on Friday. And then above that, we're looking for anywhere between 540 and 541. And I will tell you, these are high prices and there is the chance we will put in some type of temporary top before a correction, but we need to let the price action do all the talking. And the price action right now is still telling us it wants to go higher. So we will want to pay attention to that resistance and price target higher at 537 to see if we can break above it. And if we cannot break above it and we start to get high volume panic selling or high volume profit taking, then we'll be looking for that very critical support at 531. And if we break below that, I will be looking for a correction. So just manage your risk, understand it's a bull trend until it's not. There's no reason we need to try to call a top, but this is the type of market that is very easy to put on hedges. So if you know how to hedge properly, you can start to put on hedges very slowly here and very lightly because we are still in a bull trend. There's no reason to get out of control with it. So stay bull as long as we continue to close above this rising 5 EMA on the daily chart, which means on daily closes. And if at any point we start closing below the critical support, please do take it seriously and get risk off because we could be going a lot lower. But we won't know for sure until we get price action confirmation. On the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we were up 0.4% today. And again, we're still closing above the daily 5 EMA. We still have the bull trend and we are well on our way towards the next price target at 466. And if we break through 466, it looks like we will be going higher towards 470. Critical risk level here is right around 459 to 460. And if we break below that, I will be looking for strong support between 453 and 455. So the risk off level in the triple Qs will be the breakdown below 459, and below 459, there's no telling how low we can go, which means we could see a full-blown correction. So that is why I'm telling you it is a risk-off breakdown if price action breaks down below 459. Until that happens, it's possible we continue to climb higher and it's possible we go hit 470. On the Dow Jones, we were up 0.21% today, and the Dow Jones is trying everything in its power to start reversing this very powerful downtrend where we were just getting full-blown straight down capitulation, but now above 387, we have to be open to the idea that Dow Jones is trying to get bullish. So above 387, stay bull, and then just get risk off below 387 because it means we're likely going to 377. A very critical resistance while we're above 387 will be 391, and if we break above 391, we could start to move a lot quicker. On the Russell 2000 IWM ETF, we were up 0.34% today, and intraday we did gap down and we hit my downside price target, which you can tell from the arrow, which was down here right around 199.40. We did close the gap at 200, and now we are starting to bounce. And you can tell from my arrow that I think there's a good chance IWM is reaching a higher low before a run up to 210 to 214. And I do believe while we're above 199, it is advantageous to stay bullish in the small caps. And I do believe the small caps could see lots of outperformance here, which means I expect the small caps to do better relatively speaking to the mega caps, which means they will either go down less than the mega caps go down, or they will go up more than the mega caps go up. And there even is the possibility they go up while the mega caps go down. So you might have to listen to that a few times if that didn't make sense, but this is a trade we are currently doing in the Stocks Channel Discord server. And there's a lot more details on exactly how to play this trade in the Discord server, but it does involve being bullish in the small caps throughout the summer. So watch that risk level at 199, and the resistances above will be between 203 and 207, and then above that I think we'll start to see a bull breakout. On the ARKK ETF, we were up 0.8% today, and we're still saying risk off and bearish below 45, so we need to break back above 45 to even consider getting bullish. And if we can get back above 45, this will look like a higher low, higher high, and that will look like a bull breakout. So I'm open to the idea that this ETF could start to look more bullish, but we need price action confirmation with the break above 45 and then 46. On the VIX, we're up 4.42% today, so we are seeing the VIX bouncing a bit from this support zone, which it's been doing all year long, so no surprise there. And if the VIX stays down here below 13, it is still a low fear environment, which is more indicative of the bull trend that we're currently seeing, which means we can continue to climb higher. It is only if we start to see fear in the VIX spiking that we are going to get enough sellers to break down through critical support and break that bull trend. So I do think the VIX is still going to be a great indication here. On Bitcoin, we are currently trading just above 69,500, and we are still above the breakout right around 69,300 and 68,500, which means there is still the possibility we are going to the price target at 75,000. But you can see we are at a period of consolidation here, and we are sitting just above the 20 daily moving average at 69,000. So there is a ton of support here, but if this support breaks, it is possible we have seen a double top. So I'll go ahead and mark this double top, even though it is not confirmed. It is definitely looking like we have a lot of selling pressure at 71,400. And if we break down below this neckline at 67,400, it will look like we have had double top, and it will look like Bitcoin is trying to go lower. So keep that in mind and manage your risk accordingly. On Nvidia stock today, we did get the 10-to-1 split. So if you haven't noticed, we are trading down here right around $121. And this is the previous all-time high. So this is going to be the critical breakout level. And while we are below this level, I do think there is a possibility with the 10-to-1 split that we do see a full-blown correction. And I'm not ruling out the possibility that could bring us all the way down here to fill some of these gaps below. And these gaps are right around 106.48. And the previous breakout, which would take us all the way back down towards 95 to 96. So be very careful if you're just blindly buying this because it had a stock split. That is not a good enough reason to buy a stock. So manage your risk accordingly. And one of the best ways to manage risk here would simply be getting risk off if we break down below the daily 5 EMA, because you can see during this entire bull trend, we stayed above it. So if we do break down below it, that is going to be a sign of weakness, and it could mean that we're finally going to see a correction in Nvidia stock. One of the most critical supports on the way down will be just below 115. On Tesla stock, we were down 2.08% today, and we're right back down to this very important support at 173. And if we break below 173, the last level for the bulls will be 167, and then below 167 it looks like a bear trend. So this is the critical support zone. If we break down below it, it is definitely looking risk off, and I do not like getting bullish in this stock until we can prove we can break out above 180 and then 185, and then I will be bullish, and I think we're going to 207, but I want to see the bulls prove it by breaking through that resistance zone. On Apple stock, we were down 1.9% today, and Apple did have an event and talked about Apple Intelligence, which is their AI solution in this race to see who can get the best AI solutions first. And as you can tell, the market just took it as an opportunity to sell the news, which is completely normal because all of the good news is already priced in. And I told you between my price targets at 195 and 198, it was time to lock profits. And that is, of course, what a lot of good traders did. And that is why we are a lot lower. So don't read into it too much. It is very typical to see sell the news. It doesn't mean anything was wrong with the presentation, so don't overthink it. It is just people taking profits now that we've seen the bull run, we've hit the price targets, and people are realizing those profits. So that selling pressure could get out of control if we break down below 190. So that is the critical risk level. And of course, we have the rising 20 daily moving average at 191.5. So manage your risk here if you're staying long Apple. But as I suggested, I thought it was time to take profit between 195 and 198. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, there is no doubt this is still a bull trend. And there is no doubt that we are in a bull market. And it is a bull trend until it's not, which means if you want confirmation that we are no longer in a bull trend, you need confirmation from the price. There will be lots of people trying to call tops and lots of people trying to tell you the market can't go higher, but nobody knows for sure. We may have seen the top, we may be about to see the top, and we could be very close to a top, but we will not have confirmation from price until we actually see price come down and break through critical support. So for that reason, if you are a trader, it makes no sense to just blindly speculate. The people that are calling tops all year long going into last year are obviously not traders, and if they are not making any money. They're probably losing money. So make sure you understand that this is all about managing risk and understanding that we have the best probabilities if we trade with the direction of the trend. And that is why I constantly remind you that it is a bull trend until it is not, which means that if it is not a bull trend, we need price to prove it. So stay laser focused here. This is when the noise is going to get the loudest. And I am doing some complex trading strategies on the Discord server, which if you do not understand them, then do not do them. They have to be done very specifically to the way that I'm explaining it. Otherwise, they will not work. But I do believe they are going to be very solid and very successful. So if you want access to my trade ideas, my technical analysis, and all of my intraday updates, that's on the Stock Channel Discord server. And you can find out how to join my Discord server by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.